Alrighty guys, another winterization video from Keystone RV Center. Today we're going to be doing the Chaparral. This one here, what we're going to start with is we're going to find where it says drain outlet. Now it just so happens on this 298 it's right here by our water bay and our hot water heater. Makes life nice and easy. There'll be a couple of caps on the bottom of there. They'll look either something like this on a red and blue line. Now on your floor plan, it might be somewhere else, so look for it, and we're going to unscrew them, and what that's going to allow the system to do is start draining the water. This is a good time to go ahead and start draining your fresh tank if you haven't done that for the season yet. So go ahead and drain your fresh tank. Now who's leaving water in their fresh tank is beyond me. Now you will need a 15/16 socket. What you're going to do is you're going to go onto this plastic plug in the hot water heater down in the center, underneath the burner chamber, or underneath the burner tube, underneath the LP gas setup here. We're going to pull that out, okay? A couple of things you want to do whenever you're pulling this out. This unit's already been winterized. We're just doing the video for you guys. You want to make sure your hot water heater is off, both on gas and electric. You want to make sure that the water in there is cooled down. You also want to hit this brass pressure relief valve here, allowing any of the pressure in the tank to come out. Then you can go ahead and remove your hot water heater drain plug, place it right in there, and if you pop this valve out so that handle's kind of sticking out at a 90-degree angle, that'll help this run out further, and it'll go from a chug, 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 chug to a dumping out. Keep in mind that's coming out, so if you're standing here, you're going to have an entire front that's wet shortly. So now that we've done that, we're going to go ahead and act like the water's done draining out of there, because it is. And come over to here. There's a water bypass right here. It says hot water bypass and water on. We want to make sure that this arrow is pointed up towards the bypass. That's ensuring that our system is in the bypass mode. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and prep this system for winterization. We're going to go ahead and take our little plug off here. This is going to be where we're going to be hooking up a water line to. And you see it says city water and winterize. So we're going to turn the valves to that position. And if you have installed a water filter, this is going to be where you remove the water filter, throw the filter itself away, go ahead and dump whatever's in that canister out and reinstall it. You may have to dump that canister 2 or 3 times to get all the water out of the system. Another trick you can use is if you have a bucket, you can kind of turn it on here and you have a buddy turn on the water pump, and that'll kind of spit out some of the water through there. So let's go inside. Let's show you what we're going to be doing there. All right guys, on the Coachmen product here, we do have a prep for a washer and dryer located here in the bedroom. Some floor plans will have it somewhere else. So here's what I'm going to tell you as far as winterization with the washer and dryer setup. What you're going to do is make sure your low point drains are open, and this is where we're draining the hot water heater too. We're going to make sure that we have the water pump off, okay? We're going to have a little rag with us. We're going to take this rag, we're going to wedge it right underneath here. We're going to slowly open this valve, okay? What that's going to do is with the low point drains open, it's going to release any pressure that would have been in the lines and allow any water that might be up here to go ahead and drain out. We're going to repeat that process on the hot side. Go ahead and let that open for a little bit. And what I would like to do is leave this open for just a few seconds, go back outside, make sure I've got all the water finished draining out. Now, if you have a washer and dryer, go to the washer and dryer owner's manual and see how they want you to winterize it. Don't just take the hoses off and go, that's good enough. Follow the owner's manual and see how they want to do it. So this unit's already been winterized, so I'm going to go ahead and close these valves off for now. So let's go over and let's start the rest of this process. So you're going to come in here to your convenience panel. You're going to locate your water pump switch. It should be illuminated whenever it's on. So we're going to go ahead and turn that on. Then we'll go outside, we'll connect our hose, drop it into our gallon of antifreeze, go through the process out there. What you're going to do is you're going to take the hose that should have come with your unit, especially if you bought it new. If you bought it used, you can make one of these up yourself, or if your dealer didn't give it to you for some reason. But if you bought it new, check around. They may have put it in the owner's manual packet, which most of you probably have never opened. So check there. Could be in a drawer, but I'm gonna guess you've already opened all the drawers inside your unit. You wanna connect that all the way up. You wanna go ahead and take a nice swig of your Black Rifle coffee. The potential sponsor, drink sponsor of Keystone RV YouTube channel. Take a gallon of antifreeze. Now, everybody gets into the debate on what antifreeze to use. Use a quality antifreeze. If you bargain shop the stuff that is going to protect all the water lines in your coach, stop and think about what you're doing. But I saved $1.50. Yeah, but it cost you $75 for a toilet valve. So we're just going to simply drop this down into the gallon of antifreeze, and then we're going to go ahead and start our process of opening up our valves, running the water out and getting antifreeze flowing out. So let's show you what that looks like. Let the pressure build up a little bit, and we could see that this gallon of antifreeze is starting to take some. And it is not uncommon to take 2 gallons of antifreeze to winterize a unit. This unit already being winterized, we could see that we've already got good clean pink coming out of there, and good clean pink coming out of there. So we're just going to let that drip. This is why I start with the outside shower. Now I can go ahead and shut both of these off and let the rest of that hose drain out so it's not sloppy when I put it up and away. Let's go inside. We'll go through the faucets in there. I like to take the faucet, drop it all the way down into the sink bay itself so it doesn't splash around. Turn on the cold, and again, this unit's already been winterized. You're probably going to have to run it maybe even up to 30 seconds to get it flowing out. These microfiber towels work great. At this point, what I do is wrap it, just give it a little bit of a wipe down. And I'm not trying to clean anything off. I'm not trying to get it too spick and span. What I'm trying to do is just make sure that it doesn't drip down on the sink covers. You can also just leave this lay if you want inside your bay, or just leave your sink cover off so it's got room to drip. That antifreeze, if you leave it on the countertops over the all the way to summer, it is going to leave a little bit of a residue that's kind of a pain to get off. Let's go up here to the bathroom real quick and we'll go through that. Again, now we got the bathroom, okay? We're going to turn on the cold, turn on the hot, and you can see we got good clean pink slime coming out of both. Toilet, just press on the foot valve a little bit. You can see we got good floating pink there. Shower. Take our shower head. Got flow out of there. Flow out of there. Alright guys, we're all done but the most disgusting step, which is the one that I usually get soaking wet on. So let's go out here and I'll show you how to try not to get soaking wet during this next step. This little mesh screen right here will be inside of this hookup. So you're going to pop this off. You're going to see this white plunger in there. Mark's going to take a step back. I'm going to take a step back. And if you thought that hot water heater kicked out some water pressure whenever you opened it up, this, and you want to go until your hand starts to turn a little pink. That's the best way to describe it. You'll start to see on your thumb that's been pressing on it, the pink coming out, and you'll feel the difference on the antifreeze versus the water on what you're getting out. Plus, if you look in here on the threads, you'll start to see that pink right in on there. Mark, you got a good shot of it. Go wipe it up. So if you are the one buying this $298 from us, we don't have any stainage there. So that's how you winterize your unit. And again, guys, remember we left this hose drip during the rest of that winterized procedure. We can drop it right up into here. Guys, if you do not have a Chaparral and you were trying to use this one to work on yours and you're like, wow, my valves are different, check the rest of the YouTube videos for the winterization ones we have posted. I believe we got in a playlist now. We do pretty much every manufacturer that we carry here at Keystone RV, not every floor plan, but every manufacturer. That being said, as far as how much antifreeze you'll need, this one already being winterized, we only use like a ½ gallon. Typically, you're going to need about 2 gallons. However, I always tell my customers buy 3. Why? Because wherever you buy that 3rd gallon, the cost of that extra gallon is going to be cheaper than the cost of fixing anything on this unit. Now, we're just about wrapped up at this point. What I'm going to do with the remaining antifreeze is I'm going to go ahead and take this unit, get the tanks dumped on it, empty out the black and the gray tanks. Then with that remaining ½ gallon or so, or the remaining gallon, I'm going to drop it down the P-traps of every single one of my sinks, showers, all that stuff. That way, and in black tank, that way I have antifreeze sitting against the water valves at the bottom of the tank. That way the antifreeze is the first thing to come in contact with the cold, not any half mixed, gray water with, or, residual water that was coming out of the taps. So that's what you want to do. Empty the tanks, then go ahead and empty the remaining part of your antifreeze there. So, guys, that's it for the winterization. If you have any questions, comment down below. We'll try to get back to you as quickly as possible. Have a great day.